Hi there guys, and welcome to the Godzilla problem in the UK. So I'm going to talk through, firstly, what's in the UK, what's available. So obviously you have this big guy, which is huge, so huge he doesn't fit on the camera. But you have 15 Godzilla films that's included, as you can see, all the way down. It's literally the Showa era of Godzilla, all the way from the beginning through to Terror of Mechagodzilla. It's a very, very nice collector's item and has all of the Blu-ray versions, might I add, of the movies, which are right in the back up here. And they're very nicely collected, and like I say, each section is broken down into individual movies and things like that. This is by the Criterion team, Criterion collection, which is really, really, really nice. And is really straightforward to have, your Godzilla films all in one place. But then the problem that you have is you don't have any Heisei Godzilla in the UK, at all. So then you have Godzilla, which is the 1990 version. Now, obviously, I've got the 4K version there, which is cool. Comes with the normal Blu-ray version that's there as well. Then you have the 2014 Godzilla, which is available in the UK, which obviously I've got again on 4K. Then you have, obviously, King of the Monsters, and obviously Godzilla vs. Kong. But then that's, you would think, oh, well, maybe that's it. No, you have Shin Godzilla, which doesn't have a 4K version, which does my tree in, but obviously has a Blu-ray version that's there, which is cool. But really, that's all you have in the UK. And the problem that I have is I was on a kick of Godzilla at one point. Mainly when King of the Monsters came out, I was on a bit of a kick of getting all the Godzilla films and wanting to watch them. So I I bought Godzilla at 4K, rewatched that. Bought Godzilla 2014 4K, rewatched that. And then, obviously, I ended up buying this big guy, which came out shortly after King of the Monsters. Ended up watching through majority of these. I think I'm like all the way down here now. I'm like Godzilla versus Gigan, I think, at the moment. So yeah, I'm happily working through the movies. I obviously picked up some of these as things came out, essentially. Then I started to look into other markets to see if there was any way of me getting movies that would play on my player, and I actually found two that would play in the UK happily. The first one is Blu-ray, which is a US release of the Godzilla Returns, or Return of Godzilla, which is an American release, which is an A Blu-ray. However, it does work in the UK, which is really cool. So if you see this on for cheap, I think I picked up this for like £15, I think it was. Someone was just selling a boatload of them. And if you see this on eBay and you're in England, UK, pick it up because it's the Return of Godzilla on Blu-ray in 1080p as best as it can be. You do literally just get the Blu-ray, which is okay in itself, but it does just work straight off the disc without having you to do anything. So that was cool. And then I found this, which looks really odd when it's sat on the shelf, but this is Godzilla 2000. It's a Korean release, but it does have English subtitles that's there as well. So yeah, it's a bit weird, but Godzilla 2000 is a bit weird anyway. But it's still a really cool thing to have because it's a Godzilla film. But literally, that's it. That's all that's in there. And so that's it. That's literally all I could find. I thought, well, that must be all I'm able to purchase. And then I found this, which is a Region 3 Megaguirus, which does not work in a UK player, unfortunately. But it's not very good quality anyway, because I can play it on my PC. It's not very good quality anyway, but it is China, basically. This is a China version. So it is a Chinese DVD, obviously, of Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. This is the only way I can find it. I did see very briefly Godzilla vs. Megaguirus in America on there, but obviously I was thinking that really I didn't want to get any American DVDs, but I did that anyway for these two, because I saw this was in the UK for like a tenner on eBay, and I was just like, why don't I just buy it? And I did, and I ripped the DVDs, and I burnt my own DVDs of them. So I've literally got my versions that I can play on a player, or in my player there. Now, for some reason, the Chinese one, the Region 3 one, does not want to do the same as this, so I have a bit of an issue there. However, I do know someone who can do that for me, so there's no problem with that. But I wanted to own all of the Godzilla films, and as you can see, this is what I have. Then I found someone that is doing the rest. So these are two different sellers that are doing them. So I have Godzilla vs. Biollante. The guy who does these his company's called, which is, I don't know if this is going to flag on my channel, but he's called Sloppy Second Sales. And literally all it is just the cover. The movie's on there as well, obviously. And his discs are like this. The quality is really good. It does really surprise me. I got Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah and Godzilla vs. Mothra. And again, they're all, back covers, etc. That's there. And then the other guy that I found did all of these that are here. So Godzilla versus... Oh, wait, no. Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla 2. Then you have Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. Then you have Against Mechagodzilla, Tokyo SOS, and Final Wars. And all of these are copies. So he has US versions, and he makes copies of them and sells them on eBay. No, he's obviously not meant to do that, but I do massively appreciate it, because all of these movies are now available for my Godzilla collection. And as you can see, I have all of the Godzilla films that are sat here. So without having these and these, I would literally have a fraction of the Godzilla collection, which is what is there. That's all that's well, no, take away those, because obviously not everybody has the ability to purchase these. So that is all that you're able to purchase from a store in the UK. And obviously, if you've got the ability, you can purchase these, because they will just work straight away without any effort or anything like that. Obviously, these took an importing time as well, because they came from the US. They are region 3, obviously, which is perfect. But again, they will take a little bit of time to come. That's an American DVD, which not everybody's got the ability to burn DVDs anymore, because DVD players aren't actually in a lot of laptops or PCs these days, because people don't see the point in them. So you'll end up with an external drive, which is an extra cost on top of everything. And obviously, nobody has a Region 3 DVD player. So, and obviously this guy's a one-off who's made these ones. So, as you can see, there is a bit of an iceberg when it comes to purchasing Godzilla in the UK. And I want to try and have companies rectify this, primarily Criterion, because they have done such a fantastic job with the Showa era. I would love them to do a Heisei era one. Now, I realise when I say that there is a huge problem when it comes to the Heisei era Godzilla, because licenses are all over the place and things like that, especially with like Jaguar and all this stuff. So it is a bit of an issue for Godzilla. But come on, guys, you can get Shin Godzilla in the UK. Obviously that's done by Manga, which is now owned by Funimation, which is now owned by Crunchyroll, but it still came to the UK as it is. In fact, it came with both an English version, an English language version, and the original Japanese cut. And if you can re-release the original 1998 Godzilla that was just pants. It's, it wasn't very good. I'm sure you can release some of these guys onto Blu-ray. At least release Destroyer and release Space Godzilla, because those are fantastic films. It's just such a shame that in the UK we are screwed for movies. As you can see, like I say, I have every single Godzilla movie that I think is available in general. I think I've got every single one. And it is a pain that I've had to collect them like this, and it has been a little bit of a cost. Obviously, the Showa era one is about £150. Then you tag on the prices of these anyway that I would have paid for them as they've come out. And then these are obviously different versions and imports, and it's all adding up just simply because companies can't be asked working for it, even though as a country the UK love kaiju movies. But I don't know why we don't have the option to buy these movies over here, and nobody wants to fight for them. So that's my thoughts on the Godzilla problem in the UK, and I don't have any way of fixing it because there's a lot of problems that have a lot of people that protect rights and all of this stuff that I'm sure there's a lot of hoops to go through. And there is a channel that specifically deals with Godzilla in the UK that I've checked out to check out a lot of backstories to characters and what happens to them afterwards and things like that. They have a lot more information if you are interested, and I cannot remember for the life of me what they're called. But I'm sure if you search up Godzilla UK or just UK Godzilla on Google or on YouTube, it will have a lot, it will bring it up for you, and they do a lot of character breakdowns as well, like I say. So they are your primary information centre for that, and they do obviously have American people that are on it as well, but I deal with them just as UK people. So anyway, this is my Godzilla collection. I've now got to go and put them back on the shelf, and I've realised I had them in order. So I had Showa era, I had Heisei era, and I had 2000s era, and I had New era. I had them all in order, and by doing this video, I have now messed them up. So thanks for that, guys. I'm now going to have to go and sort this out. Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye.